My name's Brian Peterson. About 2000s, coming off of a big spending spree, I ran out of dough. I was a bartender for years, and I thought I could go back to that, but I needed money quick. There's a few things you can do. You could be an actor, you could be a model, a race car driver, you could be working a boat up in Alaska. Hi, Mom. Getting ready to go out for Opie season. Well, the reason I took on this occupation in the first place was you want to prove yourself as a man, and there's no better way than climbing up on a boat and saying, hey, I faced the harshest of conditions on the planet and came out. Not only did I do it, but I prospered at it. And my mother and father both scoffed at me for wanting to go, so I didn't tell them. I got a credit card and went to SeaTac Airport and left. I called them up once I'd gotten a job and told them what I was doing, and neither one of them liked it at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome you to Dutch Harbor. Local time is 12:05.
So here's the mainland of Alaska, and this is that little U of islands. Right on the end of my thumb right there is an island called Unalaska. And on that island is a port called Dutch Harbor. It's the largest fishing port in the world.
This is beautiful, beautiful Dutch Harbor, or Unalaska or something like that. Some fucking island out in the middle of nowhere. I'm on a boat that looks just like that one, but it's a lot prettier.
You live on a small, close quarters, a small boat with 5 guys, including the skipper. We would constantly joke around because it's right about 3-4 days into the season, you start going crazy, you start talking to yourself. 16 and a half hours into my 21-hour shift. What do you think, dude? That's what I think too. You're staying up a long time, you're not eating. You need to start doing crazy stuff and hanging around crazy people to have energy to keep you going. And the guys on the boat were great. They had good personalities. They liked me because I'm a goofball too, but I could be serious just like they could, and I could put up with the weather and the hours. And everybody just got along great. I thought the morale was pretty good on our boat.
Wilson! Come back! I'm sorry!
Going up to Alaska is what the world was like before human beings fucked it all up, pretty much. Oh, it's like taking a trip to Narnia or something going there. And right up in the front of the boat as it's traveling along, you might have a porpoise or a dolphin jumping up. This is not crab season, pollock season. We use a long net. And it brings up, hopefully, pollock. One time a great white shark came up. And right before they were going to take this one great white and lift it up overboard and drop it, I ran in and grabbed a little 10-pound test line fishing pole, something you'd catch a minnow with. And I stood there and went, hi, look what I caught with my little kid fishing pole. And then they lowered it overboard and I cut the line and set it free. Have you ever seen a wolf eel? It's about 7 feet long. They're orange, they're blue, they're gray. They look really cool in a picture, I found out. And it washed up on board and it was slithering around, and another one next to it was not slithering around. I figured, well, that one's dead. And its mouth was opened up with these huge teeth. I ran in and got my camera and put my foot up into its mouth, and it wasn't dead, it was just taking a break. And it clamped down on my foot. I'm embarrassed to say, the other fisherman told me later, it sounded like I screamed like a 13-year-old schoolgirl.
Let me touch you, come on. I just want to touch you. Come here. Just one little touch. Just one. Just a little one.
Another thing, on land, you've got eagles, bald eagles, so prevalent up there. They're like pigeons in a city. The males have the white heads, the females are all brown. They're everywhere, and it's beautiful to see something that was on the extinct list coming back, fighting back hard. It's been 8 years since I've been up on the boat, and the most valuable thing to me is the experience. It changed me as a human being. Now there's really not a hole you can throw at me that jostles me. I mean, I've been through it already. I've tested my body and my mind out, and I did it all within the 3 years I worked on this boat, whereas up until that point in my life, I had not been tested. You work up on a boat for a little bit and it humbles you. I was reminded on a daily basis that I could be killed at any moment, that I could be injured, I could walk with a limp for the rest of my life. I got away lucky. I had a little accident. I dislocated a few things, got a bump on my head. There's a couple other accidents that happened too. Little things. It's only when you experience the bad that you can really more appreciate the good. I came away thinking, one, I'm lucky, two, I'm closer to God, 3, I'm closer to life, and I wouldn't change the experience for anything.